into people's minds. So we decided that we would do that. I had no idea. I mean, as a journalist, and I'm particularly working on a daily newspaper, which is what I used to do, a story that's on page one day sinks to almost oblivion, doesn't it, in a few days' time. And even the big ones, like an earthquake or a volcano, a few months later you can scarcely remember where that was. But for some reason this little story caught people's imagination. And I was determined at that time to try and keep it going as long as possible. I thought it would just spike and then go away, but 17 years later, it's still affecting people's decisions. People are still writing to us, in a steady stream, saying something like, "Do you remember this story?" So we wanted to try to make a sea change in people's attitude to it all, and we, like Ishmael and like George, I mean, we've all spent now multiple years just campaigning in order to do this.
For other questions?
I want to tell you something, I don't know if you already know, but Mr. Green and Ms. Katibi are invited to go to Ottawa tomorrow, the mayor will go to Montreal too, the mayor of Montreal wants to work with them in Montreal. I don't know if you knew this.
I did, yes, but yeah.
Okay.
But thank you for mentioning. I'm not sure if all the other journalists.
Okay, I don't know if the other people know this. Mr. Green and Mr. Katibi were invited to go to Ottawa tomorrow, and then to Montreal, because the mayor of Montreal, he wants to work with them in Montreal. He wants to show the city of Montreal and welcome to the Arabian community in Montreal with the torch. And after that, we continued making these steps with Christopher's Wish, the young boy who's here, who walked across Canada himself in need of a transplant. And then we went back to Europe to get more information on organ donation so that we can possibly change the laws here in Canada to opt out. And increase the rate of donations. Korea Canades covered that better, and Multimedia Nova covered that better than anybody, the stories and the rate of donations in Canada. But it was actually in 2005, after I came back from Europe and I got my second liver transplant in November, that I first heard about Mr. Khatib and his story. And somebody actually emailed me the international press. What's that called? One of the international presses. Anyways, one of the wires.
National Post.
They
Reuters,
Reuters. I think it was the very first story, Reuters, that covered Mr. Khatib's story. And it showed his son Nicholas being carried, and what Mr. Khatib and the family did. I knew at that moment it became part of my mission, my mission to seek Mr. Khatib and to meet this incredible man as well. The same feeling that I had about meeting Mr. Green, I had the same feeling about meeting Mr. Khatib. And the torch has gone through some strange journeys, and many things have happened carrying the torch. There's millions of stories attached to the torch. I thought that this was going to be the pinnacle of bringing the torch to each dad. And so it didn't happen overnight, is what I'm trying to say. The story of trying to get the two dads hatched probably went step by step hatched. I just have a spiritual feeling about this, that this was meant to be. It was meant for the torch and for my journey and their journeys to go through whatever we went through to arrive at this moment. And I think everybody felt it too that was involved, because when I first came here,
and said that we were going to bring Mr. Khatib here, it sounded like a pretty crazy idea, with a lot of challenges. You know, the challenges were going to be enormous. How was that going to be done? You know, how were we going to do this? How were, you know, and somehow you could only plan so many things to do things. You know, I believe that this is being something divinely done to reach not only Canadians. I feel this is the first step in Canada to have these gentlemen meet here in Canada. We as Canadians should be all proud, from all different, you know, that we have the honor of having these two fathers here. We have the honor, and this story has to continue. It does not die here. This is just the start of the story. So
Paul
this,
Shannonberg, please call in Maria 231. Paul Shannonberg, please call in Maria 231. Thank you.
this story has to continue here and outside our borders around the world. Because what the Pope said about the torch when he blessed it was, organ and tissue donation is a genuine act of love. And his legacy was to bring all cultures and faiths together to address the major issues of the day. That, if you read anywhere in the Pope's legacy, you'll see it everywhere. That's his legacy. That's what he was born and lived to do. So I don't think it's an accident that somehow we brought the torch to him and he blessed it and he said those very words. And now we're continuing the journey. It is my hope and dream, and God willing, that we can carry this torch in memory of Nicholas and Ahmed throughout the world. And to hopefully make this Torch of Life bill an international bill, where we know children are the most important things in life, and that we should do everything we can to save the children of the world that need organ and tissue donation. As a result of saving the children, the adults will be saved as well. But we have to concentrate and focus on the children.
Thank you. Following up on something that you mentioned regarding the automatic donation, the move to push to have automatic donation, that when someone dies, unless they specifically opt out of donation, their organs will be donated. I'd like to get some commentary from the two gentlemen here.
Can I just make my position clear on that? Just, it will be really brief.
Sure.
Because now we were pushing that back in the better part of the last 7-8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because we didn't want to leave any stone unturned in trying to improve our system. Now, we've kind of shifted to the more practical way of doing it by having this Torch of Life alert, because it would simply be almost impossible to get that passed here in Canada, the way we looked at the situation. So right now, our focus is to get this Torch of Life alert, which everybody is supporting.
But then just I guess to finish my question then, having made the decision, having had that moment to decide whether you're going to do this or not, would either of you be in favor of such a system where that decision was not necessarily taken from you, but was assumed to be made by a third party, by the state?
You know, I've thought about this a lot, and I've been to a lot of different countries to look at what the results have been. It does increase organ donation rates when you have the ART system, but not dramatically in most cases. And so my preference is for doing what we are doing, which is to educate people and the need for it as much as possible, so that it is a completely free decision. I'm not against the other thing, it's just that in a sense like George, I've concentrated on just doing something else, which I think somehow is more, if it can work, is going to be a lot more effective because it's what people want to do. And one final point about this, now everywhere, in Toronto, I mean Ontario, States for example, there is a registry. You can put your name down on this, and put first person consent, and by doing that, it takes away from the family the decision. You make your own decision. And in the States anyway, it's legally binding. So that seems to me the most satisfactory way of solving the problem.
I agree with what Mr. Green on the same idea.
هذا بدعم بدفع الناس انها تفكر بأهمية التبرع في الأعضاء خاصة في تقدم الطب والعلم في عمليات الزراعة.
That would help people to understand how important it is to, in terms of organ donation, and it will help and transplant, organ transplant to other people.
بحكي عن المنطقة اللي أنا بعيش فيها بعد استشهاد أحمد قرار بالتبرع حصل أكثر من قرار التبرع من عائلات أخرى.
I want to talk about myself, for example, or about the area where I came from. After I donated Ahmed's organs, a lot of families in the area where I live at have already decided to and signed consent to donate their kids' organs or their organs in case something were to happen.
نقلت الرسائل من إيميلات تجيني خصوصا الموضوع وكيف كيفية التبرع في الأعضاء وكيف يتم التسجيل.
And I've received a lot of emails, a lot of messages, people asking me how can we start, where to sign up, where to go.
قبل أشهر كان وزير خارجية ألمانيا كنت أنا وياه في نفس الموضوع يكون في جورج نفس الشيء يكون في شتاينر وزير خارجية ألمانيا سابقا بعد ما طلع هو شخصيا لزوجته بالكينيا.
I met the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the German Minister of Foreign Affairs. He was impressed, and he's one of the organ donors. He donated his kidney or one of his organs to his wife. That led to me that people are come to accept this fact of donating their organs to other people or to needy people. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Katiba, you talked about system and the school, and George involved so many students in his campaigns. So what is the role of the school for the next generations, and what is the role of the politics in order to raise awareness of this issue?
طبعا قصة أحمد عمل عنها فيلم ألماني اسمه قلب من جنين.
Ahmed's story has been formed into a movie called Heart of Janine.
هذا الفيلم شارك في جميع أنحاء العالم حصل على جوائز عديدة.
And this movie was participated in a lot of, I would say, movie makers or whatever all over the world. And
بعد كل عرض كنت أحكي مع آلاف الناس وأحثهم على أهمية التبرع في الأعضاء.
after each presentation of that movie, I used to talk to a lot of people. A lot of people were asking me about so many things about my decision.
الفترة الأخيرة كانت ألمانيا المبادرة إنه ينعرض هذا الفيلم للمدارس والجامعات.
And one of the last things that I find out that Germany was the first country to decide to put that movie into the education system to show it to students and other institutions to teach people into how to start donating organ donation.
الفيلم بيحمل رسالتين، الرسالة الأولى اللي هي المحبة والسلام
the movie carries two messages. The first one is love and peace,
والأمل والحياة.
hope and life.
الرسالة الثانية اللي هو أهمية التبرع في الأعضاء.
And the
كيف
sec-
الأطفال اللي أخذوا أعضاء أحمر كيف اليوم من خلال الفيلم كيف الناس بيشوفوهم كيف بيتحركوا بيروحوا على مدارسهم بيعيشوا حياة طبيعية.
and the second message
call 266, please.
talks about organ donation, and it shows how the other recipient of Ahmed's organs are still alive and they are doing very good life.
كيف كان مؤثر في الناس.
People were so attached and they were so taken by this movie.
دفع كثير من الناس إنه يروحوا يسجلوا في جمعيات التبرع في الأعضاء.
And it took people actually it encourages people to go and sign a consent to donate their organs.
أتمنى إنه ينعرض الفيلم كمان هون في التلفزيونات الكندية.
And I hope that this movie will be broadcasted here on national TV.
أنا جبت عدة نسخ ترجم بالإيطالي بالإنجليزي. بتأمل إنه بأقرب وقت يتم عرض هذا الفيلم واستضافة جورجيا ويحكي عن موضوع التبرع في الأعضاء.
I've got a couple of these movies in Germany and English. It's been translated, and I hope that people will be able to see it here in Canada and Mr. George Marcello.
We turned also to film, I don't know if you know, for the same thing, for exactly the same reason, because it tells the story in a more vivid way than almost anything else can do. So we made a movie with Jamie Lee Curtis playing Maggie, and Alan Bates, British actor. I owe it to Jamie Lee Curtis, incidentally, for that. So they wanted to put a young American in my place, but she said no, he has to be British and over 50. I said Maggie made exactly the same mistake. So now that has been seen by something like 100 million people around the world, and been translated into many different languages. And in addition to that, we've done what they have done. We've made educational movies, one about our story, one about the first documentary ever made about black families who need organs, first one about children, first one about tissue. So these go out to young people and to colleges and so on, and are seen on TV and so on. So we've done exactly the same thing, and I brought some copies as well if you have to want them.
What are the names of those films?
The movie was called Nicholas's Gift, and then we made several others. The Nicholas Effect, you know, the Italian media called it l'effetto Nicholas to begin with, which was the rapid increase in people signing cards. And we thought that was just going to be like a comet, you know, flashing by and so on. And I was afraid it would all pass away. But in fact, those signings of those cards didn't end there. The actual numbers of transplant went up and stayed up. So that was why we were so pleased.
Additional questions? Okay, so one last question I would have, again, for the two gentlemen. What advice would you give to a parent who finds themselves in the exact same situation that you both did, where the choice to donate is one that comes on suddenly and unexpectedly, and they find themselves dealing with a whole bunch of very difficult, what I can only imagine be very difficult issues. What would you say to somebody to encourage them to make the donation, the decision to donate the organs of their child?
Okay, think about it in advance. Talk to your family, because you want them to be on your side. You're not there anymore. So you want to encourage them to believe it's the right thing to do. And if there's a doubt about it in their mind, remind them that this very simple decision, on average, produces 3 or 4 different organs. In both our cases it was more, but 3 or 4 is the average, which means that you're giving to people who are at the top of the list. I think in his case in Israel, the organs probably went to the people who were on a list which lists the sickest at the top. You don't get to the top of those lists unless you're very sick in other words. So you literally can save 3 or 4 families from devastation just by a very simple decision. And one thing that strikes me very strongly is when I go to meetings, quite often at the end of it, someone will come up and say, I wish I'd done that. Some decision they could have made 10 or 20 years ago still haunts them because they feel somehow they let that person down. And there's an opportunity they have that they turned away, they'll never get again. So think about it in advance, talk to your family, and I think in most cases people will do.
أنا أحكي بالنسبة للدين دين أنه قتل نفسا كأنه قتل الناس جميعا.
I want to talk, just to begin with, I want to start with our religion. It says, whoever killed a human as if he killed all humanity.
ومن أحيا نفسا كأنما أحيا الناس جميعا.
And if you held out if you held someone to live as if you held everybody to live.
الحياة هي من حق الجميع.
Life is granted by everyone. It's a right for everyone.
بالتالي موضوع التبرع هو بحاجة لجهد جماعي حتى إنه نوصل هاي الفكرة للناس.
An organ donation is always better to be worked out in a group because it needs more than one person to deliver the message.
دائما ما الإنسان ما بيشعر بالأمل إلا إذا يكون هو فعلا إنسان متألم.
And best people to know about other people's need is when you are in need yourself, when you are in pain.
تجربتي مع أخوي اللي دفعتني تبرع لأعضاء ابني.
My experience with my brother is the best experience, is what motivated me to make my decision.
كنت أبكي ابني داخلي ولكن بنفس الوقت كنت أفكر إنه أعضاء أحمد هي راح تحيا الناس آخرين.
I was crying my son inside, but I was thinking at the same time that Ahmed's organs will make other people live.
بين قوسين بحاجة لجهد جماعي حتى إنه نقدر نوصل.
We need cooperation. We need to work together to be able to deliver this message peacefully and in the right way.
أفضل شيء ممكن الإنسان يقدمه إنه يساعد الآخر.
The best thing that you can hope for is help other people.
Just one final thing I wanted to add here, and it just came to me, like so many other things have come to me when I sat in this room. We are going to try and nominate both these gentlemen for a Nobel Peace Prize. And through organ donation, it has definitely shown that it promotes peace. And that's going to be our mission, is to nominate these 2 men for a Nobel Peace Prize and encourage the media world to stop producing negative stories and fill them with more stories of peace and love. It's the media's role to help promote the peace. If they continue promoting negative stories, they're only instigating wars. So through organ donations, we're promoting peace and more peaceful stories, more love stories. That's what we're going to do. From here, we just said this, we're going to start taking action to do that.
Any further questions? All right, seeing none, I'd like to thank Ismail, George, Reg, members of the Congress, guests for coming out today, for telling your stories. This is something which is very important to get out there because it's something which will probably impact us all at some point. And as was so eloquently put, that this is about humanity, it's about peace, it's about the interconnectedness that we all have with one another. and I'd like to thank you all very much for coming today.
Thank you. Do a group photo, George? I can't when I'm behind the camera.
Yeah, you could say, so we're at Paramount Foods, Mississauga. You should be saying this, Chris.
You got it. You got it good. You're doing good.
Introduce everybody.
I'm
Yes.
not too sure. We got Lorenzo right here. We got Mr. Khatib.
Ibrahim.
Pardon?
Ibrahim.
Abraham?
Have you
Yes.
got a pin, George?
Rahim?
I got my
So it's
wrong
Ibrahim.
phone.
Yeah.
All on my other phone.
Reg.
انا قلت له ابراهيم بالاول بعدين قلت له عشان سهل علينا مش حاطط
George.
كلمه جنيه here you go.
There we go. We're good. Got everyone.
Yeah. Yes, yes, and it's rusted away. Well, there's it could be you need new strainers. Actually, that's an easy job if you know what you're doing a little bit.
Good.
Yes. Yeah, but that's probably. I don't know if that's the problem. You'd have to tell me exactly where. The strain. Yeah, but do you know where the water is coming from?
Dominic, how you doing?
Well, here we are. We're on our way to a historic adventure, and we're calling this adventure a farce. A farce? Is that the right word?
It's good enough.
One day to be made into one of the most famous farces of the world. And we are driving with Mr. Lorenzo Aka Shorty to Parliament Hill, and we're in Toronto right now, and we're on our way to pick up Dominic. What's the best nickname for Dominic? Dominic
The barber. That's his last name.
Yeah, but what? Because the way he is.
Yes, yeah.
What? Do we have a handle for him? Dominic the
Intruder.
intruder.
I thought you were going to say like a motivator or something.
The voyeur. Yeah, no, the voyeur.
Yeah, right.
Have you ever heard Chico Marx talking?
Chico Marx.
Oh, of course.
The Marx
Yes.
Brothers.
Yes, yes.
Does he
Reminds
talk?
me exactly of him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Chico Marx. Let's call him Chico.
Instead of Chicho.
Yeah, Chico. The beautiful. Reg comes through. That's perfect. So we're on our way to pick up Chico, and Chico will join us, and then all 8 of us are on our way to Parliament Hill. And during this next 4 hours, we're going to show you the adventure from time to time, all the interesting developments of what it's like to have 8 distinguished people in Canada in this farce. So over and out for now until somebody says turn on the camera.
This is his house?
The end. No, keep going.
10? Oh, okay, yes, yes, there's his car, I see.
Honk the horn. You don't have to park in the driveway.
No, well, I'll just spin it around, kind of deal.
Oh. He's got to put his luggage in.
Okay.
What's he got? 5 weeks of luggage?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Hi again.
It's my wife, Ms. Katibi.
Yes, how do you do?
Hi, Mary. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Mary.
I heard your name, but I don't remember.
Ms. Katibi.
Hi. Yeah.
You're gonna open this.
Okay.
I think it's open.
Yeah.
Is the back door open, Chris?
Yeah. Okay. So enjoy, eh?
Yes. Yes. How's your granddaughter?
Oh, they just left.
Yeah, Dominic was saying she was
The
feeling
little
sick.
one. Yeah, she's okay.
Yeah,
They're
she's
good.
okay now?
Yeah, they went out for Halloween last night. They're good. They're
Perfect.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, they just left a few minutes ago.
Excellent.
Okay.
Have a good trip and enjoy.
We will. He'll look after all of us.
Yes.
so-
Yeah, Dominic will take care of us.
You know, take your time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Okay, nice seeing you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Likewise, bye.
Hold this.
Hold it.
Lee.
No, hold it. Hold. You look like you're.
Tranquilo.
She wants a ride. She said. We'll take her with. Is there a spot for her?
Well, of course. Always.
I said, is there a spot for me in there? So how many gentlemen there? Oh my goodness, I should be so lucky. Oh yeah.
Mr. Katibi, this is my friend
Hello,
Marilyn.
nice to meet you.
Hi.
How are you?
And
Hi.
that's
Hi, everybody.
George, that's
Hi,
George,
Marilyn.
that's Mr. Green.
Well, hello, Mr. Green. How are you?
Thank
Nice to meet you.
That's Lorenzo.
Yes.
Hi.
And we didn't meet.
Hi,
I'm
Lorenzo.
Ibrahim.
This is Rahim. He's our interpreter.
Hi.
Interpreter for
Oh.
Mr. Khatib.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Likewise. Marilyn?
Hello up there in,
Hello.
in the front.
We're
the big tree.
filming.
He's the instigator.
He's the
No,
the troublemaker.
Yes.
No,
No,
we call the instigator.
No, don't say troublemaker. That's it. He's doing a lot of work.
We're filming a farce.
Are you?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
part of a farce.
Really? Oh. Sounds interesting. Well, have fun.
Yes.
Nice to meet you all.
Likewise.
And a
Thank
safe
you.
drive.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'll get it. Just go. Just go ahead. Go ahead. Go inside first.
Yeah, just
You okay?
Okay. Lorenzo,
Yeah.
do you want me to drive?
no, that's okay. I'll get us out of here.
You want Khalid to drive?
You'll tell us, won't you, when
Yes,
you've
yes.
had enough.
Up there.
Oh, did he?
Front. There's one right there by George's house.
Hey, George,
Yes, sir.
you don't mind to hang that over there?
Oh, I got it. Is this good?
Yeah, it's good. No, that's okay.
Okay, I'll do it.
No.
You want it this way?
Yes.
It's okay. Make a right turn over here.
Okay.
Or might want to make a left turn, we go from Black Creek.
What do you
Black
think?
Creek. Make a left now, that's okay.
Yeah. I'm not too bad actually, but
Okay, well,
yeah,
fine now.
yeah. No, once we get to Oshawa, that'll be enough for me for a little bit.
Dominic, we're all soldiers.
Yes. No, you'll be general, because somebody's gonna be the leader.
We don't want too many chefs. He's the warrior actually. We're the soldiers. He's the warrior.
Okay.
He's the Mel Gibson.
To be a leader.
He's better than Mel Gibson.
That's But
Did you go to Ottawa, Lorenzo?
no, I've
How
never.
are you?
Really?
George.
He was just.
I walked to Ottawa.
He walked there like 5-6 times.
Really, George? From where? From that hill? no?
No, I walked across. I walked across Canada. You walked across Canada too, but you did the.
But I did the Ottawa about
That was
5
your first
times
run.
already. Yeah.
From where? From Toronto?
That was the first. When I phoned my, God bless my mother, she got a hold of me finally after 7 days. She said, "Ama aduvisi, ay kamin, ama aduvi kamin, kamin na Ottawa. Ay kikatsu fai kamin, kamin yo storo bilino boca de bane." Hey, Dominic. My mother.
That I could talk a little bit because it's a different. It's a dialect.
Really? Is that the big difference? Is that much difference in?
Enough where you know it's not a language you usually speak.
Enough that the rest of
other
Italians don't
Italians.
understand them.
Really? But do you think it's enough for the rest of the Italian to despise them?
Oh yeah, even
Oh,
us
yes.
though.
That's-
Even us.
Yeah, even Calabrese, but yes, that's the case.
What's Calabrese?
Calabrese is just it's the boot of Italy,
Right on
just
top
above
of
Sicily.
Just yeah. I guess I did hear that like Italy starts from Rome. They say.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know what Newfoundlanders are here?
Newfies.
Yeah, well, we're like the
The
Newfies of Italy,
Newfies of Italy.
basically.
Rebels.
And
That's a good way of putting it, I guess.
and Dominic is the boss.
Okay, we should be reaching Oshawa any second now. Or there should be a sign somewhere saying so. Okay.
The thing is, I don't think that there is the kind of rest area that we are hoping for.
Yeah, but even if we duck into the town,
Yeah,
as long as
sure.
we don't have to wait 10 minutes to
Right.
get in there,
Right. Yeah.
or half an hour.
Like an easy off, easy
Yes.
on, back on type of taxi.
Yeah, this is probably going downtown or something. Or even, right after Oshawa, I don't care, like, close enough, there should be. But don't they have, like, rest stops on these highways no more?
Yes.
But it's only been like half an hour. Not half an hour. We should measure it by distance. Yeah.
Dominic, where are we going to get an espresso? Yeah, I know Mr. Katiba. I don't know if they make espresso to Lawrence, don't they? No. Yeah, I don't think they.
Chris. Do you have your pillow? Do you have your pillow somewhere for Reg? Is it close by?
Raheem, you gonna stay in the back?
Pijama no café. No café. No café. Okay. Coffee?
Coffee.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, one coffee.
That way the plug.
Black. Canadian?
Huh?
Canadian. Canadian? Yeah.
We're gonna have to have a Canadian
Two?
coffee.
Okay, let's go. Let's go grab some.
Yeah. But you're right. As a rule, I never stop at the park. I never go to nowhere else.
Really,
This is really.
if it's really what you really need, then you okay. But I don't get nothing fancy with it. They have it over there.
Makes my wife mad sometimes. Used to. Now she's the same like me. But before, it used to make her mad. I go, no. Why? If I have to buy some bread, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, some olives, time away we go. You know?
I do the same thing when I work on track watching campaign.
Yeah.
I make my own sandwich. Instead to stop and eat in this highway restaurant, I eat my own food. When I reach hotel and
Even for this trip, in my bag, I got a sandwich.
تقول في كثير ناس تقول too much ولا money much شو يعني؟
Too many.
Many people.
Too many people.
Too many people.
Too many people.
too much people. ما حكاش العدد ده.
ما بتحكاش للناس خلينا نقول. بتحكاش للناس.
ايش اللي بتشتري له؟ ما بكيت.
كأنك بتكون يعني كأنك بتحكي مثلا الناس عددهم كثير.
sponsored by the people from Cuneo.
Yeah, from
Italy.
From Italy, yes. So it's an Italian co-sponsor.
That's nice.
So we're going back on the highway? Yes. Gave up on that? Okay.
Yeah, it was. It turned out to be not on that particular road.
Yes.
I think it's from where we were. It was saying 5 kilometers.
George,
Yes,
do you
sir.
want to do it now? If you
Well,
do, we take Stevenson, this may be it. Do you want to go?
Yes, let's.
Really tight. That's wonderful. I'd love to go for them. And I ain't know what time. That's awesome. But if I can give you Argentina, and if you can break away, it'd be great. And then you can go against, there too. Okay. Type in D. Okay, up comes the board. Now, I'll start just cuz.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now you see how that's your board, but if you tap twice, it'll get bigger.
Hi Louise, do you have my phone number?
There's your middle star. So let's say
Are those your
It is
counters?
920.
yes, that's mine.
Yes.
I'm showing them to you because
643.
Because we're all friends.
44.
and we'll do a
38.
trial run kind of deal, right? So let's say Breeze, I think, is right there.
Breeze.
Food comes in.
That doesn't spell breeze.
Or no, it doesn't. Or let's see if we can make one up on the fly.
Sure.
Bras.
Bras is
Yes.
work. You would think
416 828
okay, let's
8246.
just do bras. This is just a try. Okay. No, you got no. If you're not touching the letter, then it moves the back screen, right?
Let me ask you first.
But if you touch the letter,
as I was being on hold,
then it'll move the letter.
It says that
Okay, so
to ask a representative
that's your
about the
word.
extensions.
Press play. At
Extending
the bottom
my
here
service to
has play. So
other
there,
mobile devices as well. How would that
it
work?
counts up automatically. Oh, what happened there? Next, player 2 is next. So this would be player 2. That was player 1B. So these are your letters. So now you.
Wow, what a crummy lot of letters.
Yes, it is, isn't it? 3 A's, 1 O. But you did get a freebie.
What's that mean?
It's a free letter. That letter
I
is
see.
a blank,
I
right?
see.
Remember, there's always, I think there's a couple of blanks in Scrabble. And you can shuffle, which is this.
I thought it was related to
Same
the
letters, it just shuffles them around.
Sì, sì. Come? Dom, do you feel the Red Bull?
Yeah, that's okay.
What does it do? It gives you pins and needles? Huh?
They don't use the train no more to carry materials from one city to another city.
No.
They use trucks. Thank God it's not raining.
Yeah.
Because if it was raining, it's really dangerous to pass those trucks.
Yeah. We came up with a new name for you.
What's the name?
Chico the Bull.
Chico the Bull. Okay.
Dom, do you feel the Dom, do you feel the Red Bull?
I feel okay.
Okay.